Welcome to another Ryzen 5 4500U game test video on our Lenovo Ideapad 5 15-inch. This is our 512GB SSD, 8GB RAM model. This is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We're going to do 720p and 1080p at the lowest preset. You are not going to be able to go above the lowest preset with this game. 720 is the sweet spot, but we're going to take a look at 1080p just so you can see how it runs. When we start off here, we are going to take a look at where the settings are at, just so you can see that they are running at the lowest. We will bounce between 720 and 1080. After that, we're going to take a look at a split screen run of the benchmark, and then we're going to go into some actual gameplay with the two resolutions. So let's go ahead and get to it. Here we have our settings. We are full screen, capture cards going on, 1080 right now, but don't worry, we're going to start off in 720. Unlimited frame rate, not going to matter though, because you're not going to go very high as it is. Graphics is the low preset with nothing changed manually, just low preset. So here we're going to do a split screen, 720p on the left, 1080p on the right. And you can just see the built-in benchmark run here. I don't usually use in-game benchmarks for a lot. I'd rather do gameplay. But since this has an easy, quick one to run, I thought it would be interesting to watch it side by side before we go into some gameplay. Again, just like every game I test, I'm very surprised at how well this 4500U with the Vega 6 runs games and how well it performs. With any luck, I'll be able to get my hands on the new Dell G5 Ryzen 4000 series. I believe it's the 4600H. That's a 6-core 12-thread with the new RX 5600M. So hopefully, if I get lucky, I'm going to be ordering one of those and testing that on the channel and using it a good bit. It also has a 144 Hz refresh rate panel in it, so that would be the first time I had a laptop above 60, so that would be pretty awesome. But who knows? We'll see. Hopefully it'll show up on the channel here. Alright, so that's your benchmark for those. Now, I like this area right here real quick. This is our 720p low preset, just because there's a lot of action going on here. And I thought it would be cool to check this out. But it kind of seems like 25 tends to be our lowest anywhere that I played in this game at 720p. But a lot of times you can get 30 or just above. So we'll just kind of finish out this fight a little bit, and then we'll jump into the next section of the game. Alright, so let's go ahead and head over to more the beginning of the game here. I like this initial flight. It's always a nice kind of test. It's kind of like running another benchmark in a way, but more in-game. And you can see, just like I was talking about, you pretty much bounce between that 25. We had a dip there, 22, but most of the time you can go between 25 and 32 and do just fine. The game's absolutely playable at 720p on the lowest settings. You can definitely pull it off. The experience isn't bad at all.
Shitface! Get down here. Cyclops got a message for you.
Tell your boss he can stick it.
That's for last week.
Now we dip down to about 21 there, and then right back up. So I mean, it has those areas, but for the most part, no issues. And when you're in combat, at least it's not stuttery. That's the problem a lot of my older systems have when I try to bench a game. And when they have really low frame rate, that comes with really bad stutters and hitches in the gameplay usually, due to the slow speed probably of the single core performance of the CPU. But with this, even when you have low frame rates, even at 1080p with a really low frame rate, it's not super playable for me frame rate wise, but it doesn't really stutter or have issues, though it still runs smoothly just at a low frame rate, which I find interesting because, like I said, my older desktop systems, they just don't do that. When the frame rate goes down, the stuttering and the hitches and everything else start, and that just doesn't happen with this Ryzen 4000 series for me.
Fun's over. Tell that one-eyed freak, if he sends you here again, I'm going to cut his other eye out and feed it to my bird. I'll see Marcos as soon as I'm dressed. I'll have to go up top to get dressed. Let's get this on.
Alright, so this is going to be a good place to go ahead and just show a little bit of 1080p. So I want to jump into the settings here, and that's the only change we're going to make. Graphics all stay the same. We're just going to bump us up to the native 1080p here, just so you can see what's going on. I wouldn't really play the game like this, however you could. You could definitely get away with it if you wanted that resolution. It's going to be really low FPS for you, but you could definitely do it. Like I said, it'll still run smoothly, as you'll see here. And after we do a little bit of this 1080, we will jump back over to 720p so you can see that again as we wrap up the video in a little while. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, click that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you know when I drop new videos, all kinds of different videos here, not just game testing. And give this video a thumbs up if you would, and leave your comment down below. All of those things go a long way to really help out the channel, so thanks a lot.
No manners. Guess this is the vineyard. Straight ahead. There you are. Let's see what you've gotten yourself into this time, Marcos.
Remember, meet me at the temple in Sami when you have your money from Duris. Ah, Efterpi. There's plenty of wine left to buy. Don't fret.
Not now, you fool. Phoebe has been taken.
By who?
Thugs of the Cyclops. Who else? Snatched her right off the main road.
Tell me where they went.
In the direction of Itimena Beach.
The beach? Can she swim?
I'll get her.
Yes, go. But don't forget about dear Duris, Alexios.
Alright, so now that we have our horse and we're about to go save Phoebe real quick, I want to jump back into the settings and go back to our more playable 720p so you can see that throughout the rest of the gameplay video. And that'll finish giving you an idea of how this game performs on the laptop. Now, I didn't go up and bump up the settings. I didn't test anything else. It's really no point. You're not going to bump up the settings, even at 720p, on this 4500U Vega 6. You're just not going to do it. You're already in the 20s and sometimes reaching 30, 32. So there was no point in me testing that. Sure, it can be fun to look at and watch it run at like 8 FPS or something, or less. But you know, there's just no real point in taking the time in the video, because with this particular game, you're gonna have to run low settings, 720p, maybe some 1080p, and that's it. That's where you're gonna be at.
There they are. I'll sneak up on the malakes. Come on. Yeah!
Let me go!
Shut it, or I'll tighten those ropes.
She'll make good ransom drachmi for the Cyclops.
No one's gonna buy me from you. They're all poor.
Keep quiet, Phoebe. This tall grass will keep me hidden. Can't let the rest of those malakes get away.
Who did that? I'm going to put a stop to that noise.
That Marcos is going to be next.
Time to get Phoebe out of here.
Alexios, I'm here! Untie me!
Alright, so we got her saved. We're going to jump back on our horse here at the beach, and we'll just kind of take a look at the boats. We got some nice draw distance. Water doesn't look too bad. I mean, we're on all low, but I mean, on an Xbox One base, not the X, but an Xbox One, this game does not look so good anyways. On my One X, though, it does look really nice and has much better textures. But when AMD says this is console quality graphics on a 4500U, they're not 100% right depending on what console you're talking about, but for the most part, if you're talking about a base Xbox One or something, yeah, I mean, at 30 FPS, I guess it would be close to what would be considered console-like graphics, which is very surprising for an APU. Very, very interested in this AMD 4000 series. That's why I do want to try to get a 4600H paired with the new RX 5600M and test that out in a gaming laptop and just see how that does. I will also be testing the new desktop Ryzen 4000 series. They're supposed to launch in October. I'm going to keep an eye on that. I'm going to build a system ahead of time and have it ready so that day one I can get my hands on one of those APUs, and we are going to test the desktop APUs as well. I'll probably get what's equivalent to like a 4500U or like a 6-core or something. We'll see. Or maybe I'll go for the higher one. We'll see what's going on. But I definitely want to test at least one of those new desktop APUs that'll be coming out. So, alright, so you've gotten to see a few different areas. You can see that the performance is pretty consistent. So thanks a lot for coming to check out this video. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Ring the bell. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave your comment below. Do all those great things. It certainly helps out the channel. So thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you checking out the video, and I will catch you in the next one.